Welcome back, friends. Sit with me a while, because today we're going into something a little different, something about how we actually experience life, and how what we do with those experiences shapes everything we're able to give to the people we love. Stay with me all the way through, because the last part of this one might just be the most important. I'm asking you today to truly absorb the drama of contrast that life offers us, both the tragedy and the triumph, both the sorrow and the joy, both the success and the failure. Let all of it season your ability to communicate for the rest of your life. Here's the truth. If you want something worth delivering to another person, you first have to absorb it yourself. You have to learn it deeply. You have to take it in, all the way in. That's the first skill I want to talk about. I'm asking you to be intense enough that you never miss the drama of the moment, whatever that moment happens to be. I want you to soak it all up, the way I try to do myself. I want each day stamped permanently on my memory. Every single day is a piece of the mosaic that becomes your life. Don't let those pieces go missing as your story unfolds, because someday they'll be treasures you return to again and again. It doesn't matter who you're speaking with. Whether you're talking to a child, trying to widen their vision of the future, whether you're speaking to someone you hope to bring on board, or whether you're speaking with someone already close to you, it makes no difference. Absorb the day so thoroughly that you never lose it. You'll carry it with you wherever life takes you next. Let yourself be touched by the drama unfolding around you. Here's what that really means. Let yourself be affected. Because to affect other people, you must first be affected yourself. To touch someone else's life, you have to allow yourself to be touched. To stir someone, you must first be stirred. Let it happen to you. So here's the key idea. Let life touch you. Don't let it destroy you, but let it reach you. Don't allow yourself to become unmoved. Don't build a wall so thick that nothing gets through. No shields, no barriers so complete that you feel nothing at all. Because the same wall that keeps out disappointment also keeps out happiness. You cannot have it both ways. You have to be willing to be touched. You have to take the risk of feeling something and then respond honestly to it. I happen to be one of the easiest people in the world to take to a good movie. I respond fully to a story well told. Make me laugh, make me cry, shake me to my core, frighten me half to death, but please, don't leave me unmoved. That's what I'm asking of you too. Don't be casual about your own life. Here's a phrase worth remembering. Casualness leads to casualties. Don't be casual in gathering information. Don't be casual about the experiences life hands you. Don't be casual in how you engage with the people around you. Don't be casual in observing, absorbing, and allowing yourself to be moved by the drama unfolding in front of you. If you stay casual, your life will stay narrow. Your mind will stay empty. Your spirit will run thin. And you won't have the depth of heart and spirit available to give to a child when they need it most, to a daughter when she needs it, to a son when he needs it. It simply won't be there if you never built it up in the first place. So I'm asking you, be touched. Absorb fully. Feel it completely. Now here's the third skill I want to share with you. Learn to reflect. This is a fascinating discipline. To reflect simply means to go back over things, to run the tapes again, as I like to call it. Go back over your experiences. Go back over where you've been, what you've seen, and what you've heard. Let me share a few good moments worth setting aside for reflection. Number 1, at the end of each day, take a little time to go back over your calendar. Go back over your to-do list. Go back over the events that unfolded that day. Who did you see? And what did they say? And how did it make you feel? Run those tapes again, both the emotion and the experience together. Reflecting at the end of the day is what makes that day genuinely valuable to you. Next, at the end of each week, set aside a few hours to go back over everything that happened, making that week more valuable to serve you going forward. Then, at the end of each month, take half a day to go back over your calendar, your trips, your meetings, the occasions, both good and bad, the high points and the low points, the happy moments and the difficult ones. And every so often, take time to go back over the last several years, the triumphs and the failures, the wins and the losses, so that you can take everything you've learned from that stretch of time and invest it into the years ahead, making the coming years far more valuable because of it. Here's what makes the past genuinely valuable. It's a kind of commodity. It's coin. It's currency you can spend. You can invest it into your next experience. You can invest it into your next opportunity, your next conversation, your next meeting. Don't simply let the past slip away unexamined. Reflect on it. Absorb it fully. Remember it well. There's real power in that practice. Sometimes it helps to shut everything else out for a while and simply ponder your life, ponder your past, and ponder where you're headed. And when you finally step back out into the world after that kind of quiet reflection, something shifts. You feel almost unshakable, ready for whatever comes next. Now here's the fourth skill, and it's essential. You must act. Learn how to take everything you've absorbed and everything you've reflected on and turn it into an actual plan, a real program you can follow. Acting is what makes the first three skills genuinely valuable. It produces real life. It produces equity. It produces profit. It produces a real bottom line, real success, real progress, real productivity. That's ultimately what life is meant to produce. So gather up everything from your past and invest it into your future. Gather up your experiences, what you remembered, what you felt, what you've seen, what you've heard. That combination is exactly what makes any story worth telling, on a stage, in a film, or in an ordinary conversation. A well-written script certainly helps, but it's the emotion sitting close to the surface, mixed together with real substance, that actually reaches someone's heart, moves their mind, and touches their spirit. I'm telling you, if you work at this consistently, you can genuinely get good at it. This is personal development in its finest form. Don't get lazy here. The right time to act is while the emotion is still hot, while the feeling is still alive, while the momentum is still there. That's the moment to put your plan together, not in some lazy stretch of time when you've simply been drifting. If you wait too long, you'll make far too many mistakes trying to piece your plan together later. Build your plan while the emotion is running high, right after the feeling first strikes you, before it fades away. Lay out the calls you're going to make, the meetings you're going to hold, the actions you're going to take, the people you're going to reach out to, the disciplines you're going to commit to, the new habits you're going to build. Get all of it moving while it's still hot. Because here's what tends to happen if you don't. It's called the law of diminishing intent. We fully intend to follow through while the feeling is strong, but that intention naturally begins to fade. The moment you walk away from the experience, it starts cooling down. You need to make absolutely sure, before it cools completely, that you've turned that intention into real action, real labor, a real meeting, a real invitation, a real phone call, a real structure you can build on. Now here's the last ability I want to leave you with, and that's learning to develop the ability to share. Sharing is one of the most extraordinary experiences available to any human being. You might ask, how could sharing possibly serve my own self-interest? Here's why. The people who genuinely share tend to receive the greater benefit in return. We call that enlightened self-interest. And enlightened self-interest simply means everybody involved comes out ahead. So now that you've got an idea worth spreading, share it. Now that you've got something capable of genuinely changing someone's life, share it. Now that you've got an opportunity that could help someone secure their financial future, share it. Now that you've got something that could help a father walk with dignity and pay his bills on time, tell him about it. Share it freely. Don't keep it bottled up inside you. Here's the clue worth remembering. If you try to save your life entirely for yourself, you'll ultimately lose it. If all you do is protect yourself, you end up impoverished in every way that matters. Self-protection alone leads to poverty. Self-investment leads to real fortune. So I'm asking you to make one of the most extraordinary investments available to you, depositing a good idea into someone else's experience and letting them turn it over in their own mind. If it resonates with them, they'll run with it. There's no telling. You might be the reason someone finally walks out of the shadows and into a better life. And someday, they might look back and say, "That morning we had breakfast together, and you passed along that one idea. That was the day everything started to change for me." That's the reward worth chasing. Join fully in the experience of sharing. Here's a key phrase worth taking home with you. Be a serious student. Be a serious student of life. Be a serious student of people. Be a serious student of enterprise. Be a serious student of financial independence. Be a serious student of how to build a strong financial foundation around your family, one that nothing can easily break through. Be a serious student of developing every skill and ability you possess. Be a serious searcher for truth. Never let your quest for knowledge come to an end. That's the very first step toward success, real, ongoing learning. And here's a note worth writing down. Direction determines destination. You cannot change your destination overnight, but you absolutely can change your direction overnight. And if you shift your direction, even slightly, I promise you, within a single week, you'll notice a difference. Within a single year, that difference will be remarkable. So that's what good ideas are for. Become a collector of good ideas. The second step toward success is having a good plan, but you have to actually develop that plan. If you've got a vision, you now need a solid plan to bring it to life. If you've got a dream, you need a plan to make it real. If you want to be healthy, you now need an actual plan for that too. Once your vision is clear, commit it to a step-by-step plan, hour by hour, day by day, discipline by discipline, action by action. Here's the third step towards success: learning how to handle the passing of time. This one is deeply important. It's learning how to handle the changing of seasons, the shifts and transitions life brings us. Each of us carries a responsibility to gather good ideas and prepare ourselves with multiple skills so we can lead our families forward with confidence, unafraid, challenged but unafraid, confronted by change but never shaken by it. We move through transition with spirit, with heart, with soul, with genuine confidence, through language, through commitment to one another, whether as a family, a company, an industry, or a community. Handling the passing of time simply takes patience. You have to be willing to give time to whatever masterpiece is quietly being built. Patience matters. It takes real time to build something like an orchestra. It takes time to develop true harmony among people. It takes time to weld together individuals from entirely different backgrounds into a single, unified purpose. It takes time to build a real team and time to put the whole thing together properly. So give your project time. Give your organization time. Give your children time. And here's one of the most important pieces of all. Give yourself time too. Don't cut yourself off too soon. It's remarkably easy to say, "Oh, I'll never learn that. That's simply out of my reach. It doesn't look like I'll ever manage that." Instead, give yourself a little more time. Don't be impatient with your own growth. The orchestra will eventually come together. Have some patience. The organization will eventually produce real results. Have some patience. It takes a bit of patience to help someone walk out of darkness and into the light, to walk away from the shadows and toward genuine success, to walk away from scraping by and head toward real fortune. It takes patience. So have patience through the changing seasons and every transition life brings. You need patience from spring all the way through to the harvest of fall. Patience through the challenges of summer, taking on whatever comes and seeing if you can work it through. Don't have enough yet? See if that can change. Don't have enough money yet? See if that can change too. Want to become financially secure? See if you can make that happen. Solve the problem in front of you. That, in many ways, is what life is really about. Solving problems, working through challenges. Let me offer a small piece of advice on solving problems. Sometimes it helps to take the problem out of your head entirely and put it down on paper. Draw a line straight down the center of a page and put the problem on one side. Just lay it out plainly. You might ask, isn't that a bit negative? And the honest answer is yes. A little negative thinking is actually necessary here. You have to ponder the difficult side of any problem honestly. You can't arrive at good answers without first sitting with the problem itself. That doesn't mean you have to live there. You don't need to dwell on it endlessly or spend a whole year stuck in it. But it often helps to list the problem clearly, then ask yourself, is that all of it? Usually the answer is no. There are a couple more pieces worth including. Get it all down on the page so you can arrive at genuinely good answers. Now on the other side of that same page, write down answers and solutions. And here are 3 simple questions that can help you solve almost any problem you face. Question number 1. What could I do myself? There's no real reason to go any further if you're able to solve it on your own. It's always worth attempting to solve it yourself first, before seeking outside help. Why? Because you don't only need the solution, you need the strength that comes from working through it yourself. This is something we teach heavily in sales training. More important than making a single sale is developing the underlying skill of selling. Skills are worth more than sales. A sale is temporary. A skill lasts forever. Don't walk around simply saying, I need the next sale, I need the next sale. What you actually need is the next skill. Build the skill and plenty of sales will naturally follow. Make sure your sales are actually building your skills, because skills are what lead to plenty more sales down the road. If that first question doesn't quite solve it, here's question number 2. What could I read? There might already be a book written on exactly the problem you're facing. Someone may have already spent an entire lifetime distilling hard-won answers into a single, readable book. I'm asking you to be diligent here. If you're facing a real problem, be diligent about finding the answer. If you're facing a genuine challenge, be diligent in your search. Don't simply cross your fingers and hope things work out. Start by searching your own mind, search your own experience, search your own heart honestly, and see whether the answers are already inside you. But if that still isn't enough, go on a real search for the answer elsewhere. Your future is far too valuable, and the quest itself is far too important to skip the effort of genuinely searching for good ideas. And if that still doesn't resolve it, here's question number 3. Who could I ask? Never hesitate to ask for help when you truly need it. But here's an important note to add. Don't ask first. Work through the earlier steps before you turn to this one. Why does the order matter so much? Because you need the strength that comes from the exercise itself. You need the process to build real skill within you, not just an answer handed to you. You'd be amazed how much genuine help you can receive from people once they see that you are first willing to help yourself. That's really the key. And the reason is simple. We all need the muscle that only comes from doing the work ourselves. Haven't we all heard the old expression? It's better to be taught how to fish than simply to be given a fish. Why does that saying hold up so well? Because being given a fish only feeds you once. Learning to fish feeds you for a lifetime. So whatever you're holding in your hands right now, share it. Whatever you're carrying in your heart, pass it along. Whatever lives inside your soul, deliver it to someone who needs it. Whatever mistakes you've made and whatever you've learned from them, use that experience to help somebody else. Save them from repeating the same errors. Save someone from falling into despair. There are people out there who won't experience the joy of success or real power over their own future until you finally show up in their life. So I'm asking you, walk out of here with real urgency, ready to hold the next meeting, ready to invest in the next person's life. You will be rewarded, and not only financially. Honestly, who cares only about the money? We can all find our way to some measure of prosperity. What truly matters is the richness of your spirit, the richness of your heart, the richness of your soul. Here's one final note worth carrying with you. Human beings have an almost infinite capacity for growth. There's simply no telling how far that capacity can stretch. We don't lack the ability. We carry an incredible capacity within us, but that capacity can never be expanded or fully used unless you're willing to pour out what you've already gathered. Pour it out with patience and genuine joy, with anticipation, with real excitement, whether the people around you respond right away or not. You cannot force anyone else to change. Only they can change themselves. But you can still pour out what you have to give.
And here's the beautiful part. When you pour out, you actually grow bigger. When you give generously, your own capacity expands. Why would you want to grow bigger in the first place? So you can hold even more of the next experience life brings your way. So take everything we've talked about today and go work quiet miracles with everyone you're fortunate enough to touch. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you again soon.